Hey, it is 9:30, time for the Friday Night Hangout. This is where we grab a brew, shoot the breeze, and interact with you live on the internet. Lively panel tonight, because, hey, you know what? Because it's Friday. After New Year's, and there's still beer in the fridge.
Totally.
As I said, lively panel, folks, so we'll give a chance for everybody to settle in, and we'll do a quick round of intros and what we're drinking, all this other stuff. But before we get to that, to explain how the show works, if you're watching live, you can scrub through like a PVR and leave a comment. We'll be monitoring YouTube, Google+, uploadingchoice.com, and a whole bunch of other places to read your comment. You can also check out the Hangout via replay once we're done, and of course you can listen via podcast format if you want the audio-only flavor. So let's start off with a round of intros here, and we'll get started here. We'll start from Lori from Dartmouth tonight.
Hi, everybody.
Let's flip over to the Valley. We get Lee with us, who leave beer and booze reviews on YouTube.
Hola, bitches.
In Halifax, we got Krista Spirit, bitesizetravel.com.
Hello, bitches.
Switching over to Cape Breton, we got Carrie with us tonight.
Good evening, everybody.
Yay!
And flipping over to Wallace, Nova Scotia, we got Keith Elliott, KeithElliottStone.com. And also in Dartmouth, we got Dan with us tonight. Hashtag meow 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 meow.
Good evening, my bitches.
That was much more sophisticated than what I said.
Yes. My monocle just popped out. Bitches, yes.
And of course, I'm here in Halifax also, so with you tonight. So we got a number of people jumping in. So let's start off the way that we normally do, kids, which is what we are drinking tonight. So let's start with Dan. What are you drinking tonight, sir?
Well, Jim actually inspected my fridge on New Year's Eve, so he kind of sees what I was packing for today. And I do have a bottle that I did not complete, and I'm working on it now, which is the North Belgian Milk Stout. So
Yes.
I really enjoyed it last time, so have her again.
All right, excellent, good stuff. Keith, what are you drinking tonight? Oh, audio's not on.
Oh.
But he's drinking Uncle Leo's cream stout.
Ooh.
No, I think that's a McDonald's Coke product he's drinking there.
No. It's Uncle
No.
Leo's fine product. All right, hopefully we get Keith's mic situation there fixed here. So, Carrie, what are you drinking tonight?
That's good beer.
All right.
That's
Propeller Revolution Stout.
Revolution.
What's the ABV on that?
It's 8, isn't it? Still 8, I think.
8.
8. All right. Good beer. Krista, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking the Brasseur de Petit Sou, Bob Le Boeuf, a blonde ale. Brought in from the homeland of one Jim Sear.
You didn't travel all the way to Edmundston to...
I did not. I have a source.
Okay. How do you like it? How do you like the bub?
I like it a lot. I had it at the Tap Takeover at Stillwell. It's nice. It's a little hoppy for an ale, but it's still nice.
Lee, what are you drinking tonight, sir?
I'm doing the same as Carrie. Propeller Revolution.
All right. Excellent. Is it? How does it rank with Propeller in terms of Propeller regular offerings with you? Like.
Oh, it's my favorite Propeller beer. I mean, if they still made their Hefeweizen, there might be a contender, but they haven't made that in years, the bastards.
Alrighty. And Lori, what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking Boxing Rock Blue Toboggan Spiced Winter Ale.
And you still like that?
I do, actually. Of the winter ale varieties that I've tried, I think the Blue Toboggan is probably my favorite thus far. I like a bit of spice in my beer, but I don't like it where it's overwhelming or cloying. And I find that the Blue Toboggan has a nice combination for my taste, anyway.
All right, excellent. And I am drinking tonight. I was able to find this still. Some Sea Level Blueberry Pale Ale. So I'll start that off here.
Yeah, they were still selling that when I last went there a couple months ago.
Yeah. Oh man. I actually like this one. So this was filled in over a month ago, November 19th. So
is that a year round for them now then?
I don't know. We should ask them sometime.
Yeah, I saw a couple when I was at Harvest there the other day. So.
Yeah, and the one that I guess went by pretty quick was their Scotch, Heather Scotch.
Oh,
yeah.
Barrel aged and stuff. So.
Because usually for them it's a month and they're done.
Yeah.
Whatever new one, right? So.
All right, perfect. So we got a number of people jumping in. Thank you, everybody, for checking out the stream. You can comment to us via the hashtag Twitter or one of our Twitter handles. Friday Night Hangout hashtag, boardingchores.com on the show page, YouTube, Google+, pretty much everywhere. So we'll be checking the comments here momentarily. Let's start off with first off tonight, which is Elizabeth Gallagher is still alive. Yes, the lady who chose to go around the world with this dude with the ticket that could only be redeemed with the person of Elizabeth Gallagher. He picked the 20.
Eyes rolling.
Yeah.
Ironically, as we said last time, he picked a 23-year-old, and he's 28.
Of all of the people he could choose from, he picked a 23-year-old girl.
That's right.
Amazing.
Now, so I said in the topic here, she's still alive. I don't know, I haven't really been following, but Krista is obsessed by this dude.
I am not obsessed.
Dug up some dirt.
I just want to
This
get
is like
to the bottom
stereo
of it.
level of obsession you have.
No, I googled his
She's
name.
thoroughly researched this issue.
There's something about this that does not pass the smell test on a number of levels, and tonight I got to the bottom of it. So yeah.
Exclusive?
No, not really. It's very easy to find on the internet.
Oh, okay.
So the thing that really stuck with me is like, why are they getting these free hotel rooms everywhere? That's pretty unusual. I travel a lot. I write a travel blog. Nobody's ever offered me a free place to stay. So I started looking into this charity that he has set up, which is registered in California, and it's under the financial authority of another foundation, which is attached to celebrities and high wealth individuals, which is, in a word, murky.
Wait a second. Is that not Scientology?
I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. But the charity itself, Marriott Hotels, is signed on to be one of the sponsors. So basically, when they do media for this trip, they're doing promotion for Marriott, who is also being a promoted sponsor of this charity. It's so shady.
So it's more like a fixed reality show kind of idea where.
Yeah. Well, there's a
there's
pretty decent amount of self-promotion here as well. I don't know what his deal is yet, but...
So would any of us be surprised then if that's true to see like a reality series premiere like next season following their travels or some shit like that?
Well, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me at all, because when you go on the website, it's these. They highlight these people that are that they want to give trips of a lifetime to. I guess I don't know. They're pretty unclear on the details. So there's probably a reality show and someone getting to take a trip who's never gone anywhere before, and how that's life changing for them, and those sorts of things. But I don't know, like
staying at the Marriott
and staying at the luxuriously appointed Marriott hotels found in 2,800 locations worldwide.
Now, I'd like to put a different spin at this. What if this is a modern retelling of Pretty Woman? We have this
First of all, that woman was a prostitute.
I'm just saying, we have this
There's
down
nothing wrong with sex work.
Hey, I'm just saying. Down on luck woman that's getting swept away by her prince and then shown the world and will come back a better person for it. Shame on you for being so negative.
No, I am just naturally suspicious of dudes that are shameless self-promoters.
This guy isn't exactly 30, 40-something Richard Gere either. So
no, it's 27, 28.
Maybe he's into gerbling. We don't know.
I wasn't going to bring up the habitual tubes.
Oh,
and the
I
hamsters,
will.
But,
Oh,
It's
I
not
will.
even 10 o'clock yet. Jeez.
Yeah, come on, jeez.
What?
All I
Lots
know
of people have hamsters.
We'll lose all
They
the
had
people
a-
Why else?
watching us.
Why else do you go to Thailand? You know, the land of gerbils.
You see, this story would make either a really good romance movie or a really good horror movie, one or the other.
Well, it was
Ooh.
already made a movie called Broke Down Palace about two girls that went to Thailand and I guess accidentally or through stupidity and poor decision making, ended up with a bunch of drugs in their bags and ended up in prison, which is still, I think, in play as an outcome for this.
All right, so they're in Thailand right now. Where's their next stops? Like when is she back in Canada? Like
I think Thailand's the last stop, if
Whenever
I
they're done
recall
stuffing
anything.
heroin
About
in their duffel bags.
so in Vancouver Customs, that is a
Mhm.
make or break for Elizabeth, whether or not she'll be like.
Yeah, like if I'm
Heroin
CBSA,
or-
I've got both of their names flagged, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna tear this bag apart.
A lot of ivory.
Get that dog. Get the other dog.
Well, to be
We're
fair, I think
importing
there's
this
too
piano.
much. I think there's too much media exposure for her to end up dead in a ditch somewhere. But you know,
It'll be interesting when she comes back because I'll be curious to see what Lee's saying here, where how much more coverage is going to take. Like, rumors come back, and then oh, that's so
honestly,
wonderful. And
I mean, does she get her own reality show or like a book deal or something right afterwards?
Are they going to erase Sidney Crosby's name and all the signs and have her on it now when you come to Cold Harbor?
I am embarrassed by the amount of attention that she gets from the local media. Like she's some kind of celebrity. She's like a very lucky girl that ended up going on vacation. Like that's nonsense. Like
No.
she'll probably do a round of interviews afterwards where people ask her about her vacation. You know what? That's ridiculous.
Hey, she'll do the 12 minutes with Steve Murphy at evening
Yeah,
news
but I mean,
Loud.
on the lounge
Training
chair.
me on E-Talk.
Steve Murphy lives 2 blocks away from me. I can do 12 minutes with him whenever I want.
Okay, well let's move on to the next.
Can I
Wow.
go before
Oh
we
yeah,
move
go
on,
ahead, Lori.
Can I ask one question? Have we confirmed that there was actually ever an ex-girlfriend?
I haven't seen nothing.
Is this just a whole bunch of just some type of farcical self-promotion by this guy?
Actually, I have an exclusive. I have her for an interview right here. Hello! My name is Elizabeth. Oh no, I can't get this flight.
I have a very, very uneasy feeling about this whole thing. It just, going out and saying, hey, I want to do a round-the-world trip with like a complete stranger, and because my girlfriend broke up with me, and and this whole, now all of a sudden it's a charitable thing, and I don't understand why he couldn't refund the money or bank it or something and use it at another time as credit. I don't get it. So I find this very confusing and quite unsettling.
And Krista makes a good point. It's not news. It's a story, but then again, news isn't interested these days about journalism. They're interested in narratives, feel-good narratives, and scary narratives. One or the other.
Jesus Christ! People go on trips
This should
every
be
day.
a narrative. Yeah, this should be a narrative in good decision making. You don't like wander off all the way around the world with some dude that shows up on the internet.
Yeah, you become another pretty white girl that CNN gets all bent out of shape over once they disappear.
Mm.
Who wants to feed the Nancy Grace machine?
Does she still have her show, Nancy Grace?
Oh God.
I haven't checked. She
hope
hasn't
not.
been on the news for a while, or people haven't been reporting about her stories. Anyway, let's do a quick check on comments here, and just give a little note for all the people watching us right now that you can leave us a comment via Twitter, via the hashtag, Google+, avoidingchores.com, or if you're watching on the YouTube page, we'll read your comments and get to the next topic here. We'll start with Lee. Is anything on avoidingchores.com?
Yes, we got 2 from Bluefin. By the way, there, Bluefin, sorry I missed you the last couple of weeks. I saw you were on the show. He said, "Hey gang, Happy New Year. I'm at work this week, so I'll be just a cup of tea instead of a nice cold beer for me tonight." So Happy New Year to you as well, sir. And he said the trip around the world story does sound pretty strange, Krista. I think you're right about the whole thing being not above board.
No.
It's not shady.
All right, so let's go over to Dan. Anything on the YouTube page?
We have one comment from Rick Dunn on the YouTube page, and he's saying Pump House Blueberry Ale here in Moncton. So, sounds delish.
Hi,
Good
Rick.
choice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, cool. And Krista, is anything of note on Twitter?
Nothing's on the hashtag so far.
Come on, Twitter, come on!
Where are all the last Twitter peeps?
I've been seeing a conversation here between Trudy and Keith and Krista.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Trudy and Krista.
They're going at it on Twitter here. So
Trudy.
secondhand gerbils and stuff. I don't know. I just see a little bit. 140 characters at a time. I can only see so much. Let's move on to the next topic here, and this is a big deal. Storm chips, kids. Time to get your storm chips Sunday.
Fun.
If you haven't been watching the news, there's apparently a storm coming to Nova Scotia.
I'm all set. Don't worry about it.
Mine's open.
These are still sealed. They're going to last until Sunday.
I have Storm beer. I don't need Storm chips. The hell with that garbage. Storm beer and Storm whiskey.
Priorities, lady.
It's a Boston Storm whiskey, not a Monster.
Storm beer.
Priorities.
Yep.
So, have you guys kind of prepared for the storm? Even though it sounds like it's going to be mostly rain and stuff. So.
Yeah, rain and wind. Whoop-de-dee.
Yeah. I will say though, like I'm still kind of stunned that the city of Halifax was devastated by less than 5 centimeters of snow on New Year's Day. Like that's beyond absurd.
Because we haven't had snow for the longest while, and they put off their preparations for winter, don't they?
But I don't know, like every year, my tolerance for this gets lower and lower because it's still Canada. It's been Canada for like 175 years. Like it is the arrival of winter is not unprecedented here, and every year it's always a shit show, regardless of whether it's a national holiday when the snow falls or like a Thursday afternoon.
I get a huge kick of people complaining about the 4 centimeters of snow that fell yesterday.
It devastated. But did you it devastated the city?
It was New Year's Day. There was nobody in the city.
I don't know.
In terms of traffic.
How do the plows and the salt trucks and all them? How do they decide their budget for every year? Do they look at like meteorological reports and shit, or do they,
Well, that involves science.
Yeah, because it seems like they're woefully unprepared, or they're just sort of hoping winter won't show up till February or something like that,
Well, I don't know. Like I don't live on a main street anymore, but I still live on I live close to a very busy one, and it snowed for an hour yesterday morning, and it was well into the afternoon before a plow showed up. So technically, I do agree with the HRM Twitter person that was working full out today. I agree they met the minimum service standard, but at the same time, it was like we should not be this.
Okay, yeah, it's 4
centimeters.
It's 4 centimeters. It's like what, 2 fingers or?
Yeah, we got more than that here. We got like 6 inches here.
But to be fair, they did spray the roads with the brine stuff there like a couple days before, right? So.
People from northern New Brunswick and various other areas, and me originally from Corner Brook, it makes me crazy how people get so bent out of shape if their streets are not immediately plowed or their sidewalk is not immediately plowed. I don't understand the rationale. I absolutely get if you're 12, 24, 48 hours into a storm and you haven't seen hide nor hair of a plow or something, I get it. But if 15 minutes after a snowflake hits the pavement, people are crying foul, I don't get it. I grew up in a town. No, and I grew up in a town, Cornerbrook. Except for like maybe 2 major sidewalks, that entire town, nobody gets their sidewalk plowed ever. Granted, smaller town, I get that, but the level of expectation, not everyone, but that some people have with regards to snow removal it's unrealistic. And if you want immediate response and you want to plow at the end of your street within 2 hours, somebody got to pay the piper. And there's only so many types of revenue streams that come into municipal government coffers. So if you want this, you got to pay for it. So where is that coming from? Taxes and service charges.
People don't have any patience in the wintertime. You have to slow down accordingly. It takes you longer to get places. It takes you longer to get out.
And people have no concept of how to deal with winter anymore.
They don't. And winter tires are merely a suggestion. And most people are like, oh my God, it's January. Maybe I should get my winter tires on. No, you should have got your winter tires on the middle of December, last week of December, or last week of November, first week of December, and then you wouldn't be peeling your tires going up Duke Street all the time. Crazy.
But you know what? It's not even that. It's like, it's January. I just don't drive like it's the middle of July anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah. People were doing that this morning while I was out shoveling the driveway. People were just buzzing right past me like, holy fuck, slow down, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like winter tires are not a balm against driving.
And anybody who has ever driven before, and I'm going to rant for a bit, is, you leave yourself extra space between you and the vehicle in front of you. You are mindful of other people. You are mindful.
Down your goddamn phone.
Yes, and when you're pulling out into traffic, you exercise a bit of extra caution because your tires don't have the traction on loose snow and ice that they do on bare pavement. So once you use a bit of your noggin, then this doesn't become an issue. It's people driving like it's the middle of July in their convertible, peeling down the street, and they don't understand why that doesn't work in mid-January. It makes me crazy.
Angry shouting.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna say.
She's smart.
From Anchorman. That's my favorite part.
Loud noises.
Loud voices. I killed a man with a Triton.
Yeah. I don't get it. Pedestrians, cars, anybody.
It's Canada.
Yeah,
we've lived through this before. We've all been through this before. It's not a surprise.
I bet you if you went back to avoiding chores a year ago after the first major snowfall, it was the exact same effing conversation. And the year before that, it's the same conversation because everybody shits the bed at the first snowfall, and they don't know what the hell has happened, right? And it's not Palm Springs. I don't get it.
And those previous years we probably had more snow as well. It's like the first snowfall, and what did we have? We had nothing. You didn't even have to put your winter boots on, for fuck's sake.
No, I went out and had a light shovel and kind of pushed the snow in my driveway and cleared the sidewalk, and it took me all of 7 minutes. And then I kind of went, oh, everything is melting. And I went back in the house. Like, people were like, it's chaos, Armageddon.
I went out and cleared my sidewalk as well, and there were still people going by at 75 kilometers an hour. Like, it was a lovely June day. And it's like, you know what, assholes? You're the ones that ruin it for everyone else who's just trying to go out and pick up a pizza because it's New Year's Day and nothing is opened.
Yeah.
It's time to start shaking your shovels at them, cursing.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Throw your cats at the passing cars.
Meow, meow, meow.
I don't have a cat, but
You have a cat, Jim?
No, hey. I don't like my cat. Where's my cat? Where's the cat?
Jim, is it a cat or a
Usually you
freeze
see
cat?
it bullhead. A what?
A freeze cat.
Freeze cat.
You don't know that? You don't know that joke?
No, I don't.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if we should tell it or not.
Okay, no, okay, let's not get into. Okay, hey, let's do a quick check on comments here because we ranted. A bit
Yes,
here
we did.
about that. So let's check that out, folks. Twitter #Friday Night
So
Hate.
I did send out I guess a heads up to those that might join us that they were missing a pretty epic rant from our friend Lori.
Yes, and that responded. We got Michelle.
Michelle?
Responded. She says she loves when Lori rants.
And we also got a message from Freba Halley, who said, "Yes, please, get your storm chips, keep me employed." And I said, "Done." And I'll get some more if it would help with that. I will do my part for the cause.
Let's check on thevotingchores.com. Lee, do we have any new comments?
Yeah, Bluefin with another one here. He says, "It is winter in Canada. It is not the first winter for most of us. We need to relax. The media has to stop calling every snowfall as a storm or blizzard." Very true.
I will say, though, Mike, I still like an excuse to have chips. So I'm going to keep storm chips.
Yeah, but it's the same with me and beer and whiskey. I don't really need an excuse.
I like the idea of having an occasion for them, though.
Yeah.
Kind of need an occasion for party mix chips.
You get pretzels in that. Screw that crap.
Yeah. Dan, what do we have on the YouTube page?
We still have just Rick Dunn's comment about the blueberry ale, but I threw in there, "What's your favorite chips?" And I put down dill pickle for the win.
Dill pickle. That is like a deep cut chip flavor.
Oh, it's so good.
I have these
good.
sriracha chips that I'm very much looking forward to eating on Sunday when it snows outside of my house.
The new
Those
bacon.
aren't too bad.
Roast chicken chips.
Roast chicken.
I got on my Google Plus notification here. I got Wingman115. Greetings from San Diego.
Hey! Bet they don't have a winter problem there.
No.
Seagulls.
John, yeah, no, that's John. He has a pretty good YouTube channel there. So if you want to check that out, Wingman115. So let's go.
Send us a picture of sunshine, please.
Yes, send us sunshine. Be good. All right, let's do the next topic here, and this is where we get a little bit more of the fun topics because we did the serious stuff now. Let's move on to the funny stuff. Twitter rolls out their "While You Were Away" feature.
I don't know about this.
Doesn't that defeat the whole entire purpose of Twitter being like the unconscious thoughts of the internet just streaming into your computer or phone or whatever? Now it's like pausing it and giving you recaps. It just messes up the timeline.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen this yet, but to me, it has to be better than their Discovery or Discover tab or section there where you see the same tweets or retweets. At least, you know, it knows enough of my habits, my clicking habits on using the Twitter app that, you know, it will highlight some tweets that I miss because, you know, hey, I'm not on Twitter all the time. I'm on it 16 hours a day, but
think about what happens when Facebook fucks up the timeline. People go ape shit. The exact same thing is going to happen with Twitter. They're going to fuck up the timeline, and people are going to get confused.
I don't care that much about what's going on Twitter to have like a fresh update waiting for me when I come back from lunch or a meeting or whatever I'm doing. Or if I just am spending the day out doing other things and having my life. Like, my participation in social media remains at my leisure and completely voluntary. And I don't want to have to go through this update before I just scroll through the last half hour or whatever and see what's happened on the internet.
Yeah. Well, I guess they say you can just you can get rid of it right away, so you don't have to worry about it. I mean, as long as they don't force it on you like Facebook did, then it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I'll definitely be disabling it because sometimes you just need a break.
I just don't care.
But just what Jim was saying there is like the Discover thing. Who really uses that anyway on Twitter? It's like I don't think anyone searches Twitter for stuff. I think most people, they go to Twitter from something they found from another avenue, and then it's like, oh, I like this person. I want to keep updated on them at Twitter. So then I'll go to Twitter
now
and follow
I will follow them.
Yeah.
Or trends. I mean, I use it also for monitoring trends and setting up a couple filters, but that's about it.
half the reason I like Twitter is because it's good for people with short attention spans like myself.
Squirrel.
Honestly, I mean, it's like, yes, what?
Squirrel.
What? Yeah, exactly. You know, the whole appeal to Twitter was that you really are only concerned with like 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after. For the most part, I don't care what happened while I was asleep. I was asleep. You know, and I can't. I don't care. I'm on it almost all day, either through my phone or whatever. It's always running somewhere.
Yeah.
And I, you know, periodically check and engage if I want to, or just poll. I don't need anybody telling me shit that's happening when I was away, because it makes no difference. And again,
I just don't care. And I mean, I don't like to do resolutions, but one of the things I'm trying to do in 2015 is not waste so much time on the internet. So I don't care. Hard pass.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Twitter. Good try.
Carrie,
Keep trying to earn your valuation.
now let's ask Carrie. Now he is a Twitter user with not a lot of tweets. What are you like? Are you like a scan, like real-time scan kind of guy, or do you search, or what?
No,
When you use Twitter, what do you use it for, or how do you use it?
normally, like I just had a couple tweets on today, on like a few minutes ago, and I'm not really a follower of Twitter because I don't use it a whole lot. Maybe I should, but I'm not really worried about if I miss 20 minutes or 40 minutes or 5 hours. Not
Or a
getting-
day.
It's not
or a
gonna,
day, it doesn't matter.
it's not going to bother me.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
I mean, the biggest thing about Facebook is that I like seeing what the rest of my family is doing about what they're doing. So that's something that I like about that. But I'm not too crazy about it. I mean, I'll catch up when I catch up.
Yeah,
No.
it's
I'm not going to fall off the planet and miss it. If I do, nobody will miss me anyway.
Oh,
We'll miss
Well,
you.
We'll miss you on
Carrie
Friday.
did your last tweet there, Carrie, and I retweeted it.
That's my third tweet.
So.
I understand why why companies enhance products, because people's tastes evolve. But I have to say, I have never heard, and I'm pretty active on Twitter, as most of us are, I've never heard anybody screech out that they are like devastated that they missed something that was tweeted at 3 a.m. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Yeah, because if it's news or something important, you're going to see it retweeted and retweeted anyway.
Yeah, honest to God, yes.
That's the thing.
Well,
a lot of
there's
people
always
use it as a
someone who's
news
gonna-
service anyway.
Well, and there's always someone who's going to retweet it 2 days later when they think it's still like news.
Absolutely.
Because everyone knows, actually, you're supposed to get your news from Reddit anyway. That is the source for news.
What would they call that? A regurgit tweet?
Yes.
Is that what that's amazing. I like that. Yeah.
Hey, let's do a quick check on comments here, because especially on Twitter, see.
So, yeah, our friend Michelle posted us a very lovely photo about people freaking out about the snowpocalypse, and the response is, "Bitch, it's winter." Yay! And you can see that on hashtag Friday Night Hangout.
Retweet that. Lee, on avoiding chores, would you have any additional comments?
Yeah, another one from Blue Fenny says, Lori, roast chicken chips are Newfoundland's secret. In
They
quotes,
are
he
the
says.
best.
No, we have them here.
Yes,
He says, but he says he bought some up in Ontario and Quebec this summer for my brothers and sisters. Their children love them. I also bought up birch beer and pineapple pop.
Oh, crushed pineapple.
Pop. Oh my.
Oh.
Never had it.
Old Dutch has been making roast chicken potato chips for years, and they're
Yeah.
from Winnipeg.
I had
Yeah,
been
it's that
ruined
same.
for potato chips by Iceland. I had some. They're garlic. They're called French garlic baguette chips, and they're amazing. They're like buttery, garlicky potato chips. They're everything you want in a potato chip. They do not exist in North America, and I am furious about it.
I guess you got to enter that
And,
Lay's contest then and get it going.
I entered that in the Lay's contest, and they picked cinnamon bun over my delicious suggestion that they already produce in the Netherlands and Iceland.
Ugh.
So those guys can bleep a bleep.
No, say it. Say it.
Yeah.
No, I can't. It is definitely not ladylike. But it's related to a topic that's coming up very shortly.
All right, Dan on YouTube. Do you have any new comments?
Yeah, I got a couple from Wingman115 and the Smoking Ape. So Wing says that's our San Diego follower there.
Yep.
He said it snowed the other day. He said.
Well, he's near. He is near some mountains there. If you watch some of his videos there, he does a lot of jeeping and hiking in the mountains there. So
Okay.
it wouldn't surprise me.
And he also said that I like Twitter for quick news stories.
Yes.
From the Smoking Ape. Now I don't know if that means like an ape that is like having cigarettes or that's like a really hot ape. I'm hoping cigarette type.
Either.
Twitter is good for news feeds, not for updates of what people had for lunch. That's what Instagram's for. Thank you.
That's what
my
Instagram is.
Smoking Ape, he has a pretty good YouTube channel also. He does a lot of a little bit more knives, and he has a great series of commentaries on the whole internet survivalist expert bushcraft people.
But are there any explicit imagery of monkeys and primates?
No.
So
He's very.
it is about a cigarette smoking ape then.
No, I haven't seen any cigarettes in his videos, but I've seen smoking gun barrels. So.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they're allowed to let apes smoke anymore. Specifically.
But it's so funny.
So we've been joined by Husker Mole, who's watching us and watching the hockey on mute, which means we're more important. So thanks.
Wait,
for that.
can the apes vaporize though? Be a vape ape or something like that, and just
Vape ape. Oh yeah, the e-cig ape.
Yeah.
I would watch a whole YouTube channel of an ape vaping.
All right, let's do what we're drinking tonight. So I'll start with me because my can is almost done here. Sea Level Blueberry Pale Ale, and it's good.
I thought you were gonna say it's blueberry, like the cereal. That would be
cereal.
awesome.
No, it's blueberry.
Boo.
Ooh, did I say blueberry? It's
You said
blueberry.
blueberry.
It's basically they fermented the blueberries a little bit, and you can taste that. There's definitely something in there in these blueberries, but if you pour this in the glass, it comes out blueberry juice, purple. Like it's very interesting.
Okay, that's very appealing to me. They should have opened with that.
Yeah.
How many Oompa Loompas made that beer?
Don't know. All right, so Lori, what are we drinking tonight?
I am still working on a bottle of Boxing Rock Blue Toboggan Spiced Winter Ale. I stocked up on the...
Me too.
What's that?
Me too.
Yay! It's 6% alcohol, and it's brewed in Shelburne, Nova Scotia, for those who don't know. And it's a spiced winter strong ale, and I quite enjoy it.
All right. Lee, what are you drinking tonight?
Propeller Revolution.
Revolution Russian Imperial Stout. Krista, what are you drinking?
I am also on the Boxing Rock Blue Toboggan.
Yes. Carrie, what are you pouring in that glass?
New glass, new beer. I got a Propeller Double IPA.
All right. What's the ABV on that bottle?
8.2.
8.2% alcohol. Yeah.
We have a winner.
Tomorrow.
That's for adults.
And another thing.
Yeah.
Keith, what are you drinking tonight?
Beer, I'm telling you.
I started out with Uncle Leo's cream stout. This was just bottled a couple days ago, actually. It's the last of the cream stout for this year.
Oh.
Now I switched over to a bottle of Uncle Leo's smoked porter that I've had in the cellar since last February.
Oh, that should be awesome.
And the smoke isn't nearly as strong. It's a lot smoother. It's very drinkable. Very smooth.
Very nice. Dan, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I finished off the Count Chocula Ale, so I moved on to Pump House Fire Chief's Red Ale. Ding
Oh,
ding.
that's good. Wish we could still
If,
get that with.
What was that, Lee?
I was just gonna say, I wish we could still get that in 6-packs at the NSLC. You have to buy their bloody sampler, 15 beer sampler pack now to get it.
Or you host a party, have someone drop it off, and leave it. That's how I got it.
Field trip.
All right. Before we jump to the next topic here, we got my Google Plus notification came up here. Smoking Ape commented, "It's both, son," and I can't remember which comment, but probably to what Dan was saying here, what Smoking Ape is. So
It's both.
it's both.
Son. I'm a 40-year-old man. I'm not a son. I may have the mentality of a 12, but I'm a 40-year-old man.
That's all right.
Actually, you should go check him out. Smoking Ape on YouTube, and he, like I said, he has some pretty good commentary tracks on some of the outdoor stuff. I watched one tonight here before the hangout, so it was.
All right, I will do that.
I don't know. Maybe we'll roll that into another topic Sunday here. Let's do the next topic here, which is U2's Bono had some some sort of titanium elbow. I didn't know this. Apparently,
is he an android?
He may never play guitar again.
Okay, so
terrible.
hands up. Who has ever seen U2 live? Anyone? Anyone else?
Well,
Just me?
Just on video.
Does he
Okay.
play guitar? Does he play guitar?
I do not recall him playing the guitar when I saw him live. So I don't know the extent to which this is actually a tragedy beyond him getting attention.
Wasn't it a bike accident, Jim? Bicycle accident?
Oh, the story is
I gotta say,
suffered multiple injuries. Yes.
He fell off his bike in Central Park and
Central
could have
Park,
busted up his business.
All I gotta say is I hope the rest of you two take up bicycling in the near future.
Personally, I think he's just covering up the fact that he was caught Scrooge McDucking in a big vault of gold coins.
You know what? Screw that guy. He moved to a tax shelter so he wouldn't have to pay Irish taxes. He is denying the people of Ireland their rightful taxation revenue.
Oh, but don't you understand? Bono's saving the world, baby. He's saving the world. He's meeting with prime ministers.
He's not saving the world. He branded the world.
Yeah, he's a jerk. He's such a fool.
Yeah, you can't talk about third world debt relief when you live in a tax shelter, when you go out of your way to avoid paying taxes.
Yeah.
I tweeted about this morning because I do not understand. Number one, I don't give a fuck if he's got a titanium elbow. It doesn't matter. A high-energy bicycle accident. So at what point has journalism got to that we can't say they were riding really fast? It's a high-energy bicycle accident. Like, how pompous.
He took a header on his bike.
Yeah, he was going really fast and something went awry. It's a high-energy bicycle accident. Was he doing flips? What the fuck was he doing? And,
no, he was going through Central Park. You can't go that fast through there anyway.
Well, and why? I don't understand this whole movement by journalists or whatever to make phrases seem so God blessed pompous. Like it's just ridiculous. Anyway, that's another rant.
Well, listen, I don't think his inability to play guitar is going to affect his ability to be an insufferable twat. So
yeah.
I'm sure Bono's going to be fine. He's going to go count his money and go and be in his Louis Vuitton
download their album to all of the iTunes customers without their permission.
People are going, why are you complaining? You get a free album. I'm getting a free U2 album.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what color rubber bracelet do you get for that injury?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Well,
live
because
strong,
he was an
man.
incredibly wealthy individual, you actually get a platinum one, and it's really nice.
Ooh.
He was probably texting while he was biking. That was the problem. He was texting about how much he cares about the starving children in Africa, and then he just, hit a
No
speed
way.
bump. And
No way. He's a Google glass hole, so he doesn't have to. It's just all you can
I
grab.
just,
No, it's all glass.
and I think the other part of this is, when does this shit become news? Like, again, to go back to that, whole trip thing, and Bono wipes out on his bike. I don't understand why the CBC and CNN and USA Today and all of these major, news publications feel that this is worth my click. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't care.
Are you mad because your bike accident did not garner any press?
Well, yes, I am, frankly.
And no one bought my album.
No, and I wiped out very badly in a high-energy bicycle accident on Marginal Road with train tracks. It was awful, and nobody wrote about that except for me.
Is that the one I saw in America's Funniest Videos, the AFE? That was hilarious.
No, it was a very serious injury. It was a serious accident.
Yeah,
It didn't get round-the-clock coverage like Bono's little...
But was it high energy?
It was, listen, so here's the 30-second clip. I am not a experienced bike rider. I hadn't ridden a bike since I was 15, so we're talking 25 years. I rented a bike from iHeart Bikes, who are fantastic folk, and the girl took painstaking time to explain to me about these railroad tracks down by Marginal Road. And she said, they don't exactly run perpendicular to the road. And I said, yeah, no problem. The part that I missed and accidentally didn't tell you about, it was lunchtime. And I was in a skirt. And
You're fancy.
yeah, you know it. And I was driving along Marginal Road, and it was all fine and good. And I went over the tracks, and it was going great, but I realized I was too far into the road, so I turned back to get to the side of the road, and the tire went between the rails and the pavement, and I went right over the head, the handlebars, and this guy was in a black Ford Escape, and he screeched to a stop, and he put down his window, he said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm all right." And he was like, "You flipped over your handlebars." And I was like, "Yeah." And he said, "In a skirt? That's awesome." And I was like, "Thank you." Anyway, tore the shit out of myself.
Did you get his number?
I should have, I really should have.
I thought you were gonna say like Nelson came by in his car and went,
Yeah, no.
I think that guy was trying to pick you up, and you were in too much shock to.
Well, I was, and I was
take advantage of the opportunity.
I didn't put my best foot forward, or my leg, or anything else like that. But anyway, that was my story with regards to that. But
you know what? That wasn't 24-hour news. I'm sorry, Laurie.
It wasn't. A couple of people just kind of, asked me if I was okay, and then, I don't know, people tweeted about, like, sunshine or something.
Nobody asked if you were ever going to play guitar again.
No, they didn't.
Here, let me just get my bracelet on for you. Just a second.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
All right, let's move on to the next topic here, which is now we're after 10. Now we can be a little bit more blue.
Ooh.
Hasbro.
After dark.
Hashtag your kids are on bed.
Yeah. I'm going to just open up and say, fuck.
All right, so we
all
better
right.
put some serious NSFW warnings ahead of this next one.
Oh,
because
shit.
you're showing
Okay, I didn't
screenshots.
say fuck.
All right, so Hasbro.
Retract your fuck.
Hasbro, Play-Doh released an accessory to push out the Play-Doh through.
Go on.
But it's shaped very differently than the other accessories. Let me turn on the screen share so we can take a look at this.
Yes, please do. NSFW, don't Google this. Don't Google it at work. Dear God. Don't show it to your children unless you're ready to explain what it is.
So, camera looking like that.
Now, funny enough, that does look like my gerbil's habit trail.
Your gerbil's habit trail looks like a dildo.
See, I don't see what the problem with that is. It's just you put on it for kids, age 18 and up.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to say, is this any worse than Plato's classic fuzzy pumper?
Good point.
It's the parents who see it, not the kids, right? I mean,
Okay, if anyone's old enough to remember the fuzzy pumper, that was awesome.
That's a real thing.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so the real question here is, the people who designed this, were they sort of like the same kind of cynical assholes like in the Disney cartoons who were putting dicks and vaginas in old Disney cartoons?
I thought the exact same thing. I have to wonder if the person who designed this is in fact still with the company, because I can't imagine a scenario where they are.
just what your kids need, a big doughy dick.
Yeah,
but it's who looked at this thing going into production? Who were the design engineers and went this doesn't look like a penis at all. I'm sure it'll be fine.
That's the thing. When you think it would go through a series of people before it went into the...
Well, I know what anything in my work has to go through, the level of approvals that it has to go through.
Did
and
you
it's
just say,
you know what it was? You know what it really was?
A couple of people? Did you just say, did this go in through a couple of people?
No, but you know what it was? You know why nobody caught it? Because they have 8-year-olds making this in China. They're the quality control. They wouldn't see it. Basically.
Well, I do hope that's the case, because I can't imagine a scenario where adults looked at this and went yeah, I'm sure this will be fine. What could possibly go wrong if we send out a thing that extrudes Play-Doh that looks exactly like a penis?
This is now setting up impossible standards for men to hold up to now. So,
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
How many of them did you buy?
I want to see a scale.
Well, no, it's just when you start seeing
measure next to
green
it.
start getting pushed out of it, it's oh my god, it's never like that. Where's all the white Play-Doh?
Oh, I thought you meant this. So, stupid question. Do we know its dimensions?
I mean, what?
Is Play-Doh now measured in girth? Is that what you're asking?
Or I'm just asking a very technical question about the construction.
How much Play-Doh can you put in one of those cans? I guess that's
What's the average? The average length of Play-Doh is 5.5, 6 inches.
I don't know.
Let's just leave it at it's a good size.
Yeah.
We'll have to check the Wikipedia page on that once.
Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, let's do a check on comments here.
I don't think I want to now.
Do a quick check, Lee, on avoiding chores here. See, we got the
let's see here.
from Mike.
See, it's just updating here. Nope, nothing new.
All right. Got a bunch. This is the point where we use the Friday Night Hangout hashtag on Twitter, where we got a whole bunch of non-related hashtag tweets are starting popping up through the feed there. I don't know if you saw that, Krista.
I did, yeah. Something about a fruitcake. I do not get that at all.
I don't get that either. But a whole bunch of little side comments there.
But I enjoy Keith's commentary on topics.
Yes.
I think we should start the Twitter hashtag of Fuzzy Pumper.
I will say, though, at least one of our followers is really enjoying Laurie's rants tonight, and thank you, Kribahali. Hat tip to you. Hope I'm pronouncing your handle correctly.
Dan, on the YouTube, what we got?
We got more from the Smoking Ape. Back to Bono, he was saying at least his lip sync machine didn't bust. I mean,
go dry your eyes with some $1 million bills.
Yeah, and also Laurie, it's news when people tweet about it.
About
it.
Yeah.
I don't get the fascination with this bullshit. So I don't know.
Any other comments, Dan? Or?
No, that's all I got for this one right now.
Okay, hey, I got notification here.
Something else just came up, maybe.
Okay.
Let me refresh. Because
I think I got a notification there on my Google Plus there.
Oh, so, yeah, there we go. One from Wingman. It gives a new meaning to Play-Doh Fun Factory.
Hey! That is filthy.
Yeah.
But in a fun way, not in a
Dad, why'd you take me to a gay steel factory? We work hard.
Why is everyone wearing a hard hat and no shirt?
All right, let's move on to the next topic here, which is
Moving on.
not as maybe a step up. Cards Against Humanity.
Hawaii 2! Hawaii 2!
I love these guys. They just do not care. Love it.
They bought an island, and Wingman 115 should know this because it's about his home state of Maine. Cards Against Humanity. They bought a 6-acre island in Maine.
Yeah.
They named it Hawaii 2.
I'm
And they're
just gonna say,
selling parcels, 1 square foot parcels, for a holiday fundraising campaign.
Love it. I love it.
all right.
Do you get to go and visit your parcel like Lefroy Scotch whiskey? You can every time you buy a bottle of their porter cask, you get a little parcel of land in Scotland, on the island of Isla.
What?
Yeah, and you can actually go and visit it.
Yeah, I
Your little
want to do
plot of
that.
land.
Yeah, I want to do that.
So you're asking yourself, where is this island? Well, it is in St. George Lake, next to St. George Lake State Park, around Belfast in Maine, or Camden. And it's an inland lake that has an island in it, so they renamed that one of the islands in that lake.
Is it legally renamed, or can they do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if you buy it. I think you probably can. Yeah.
I've got a lot of follow-up questions that come from like being a government person, so I'll go to the internet with them directly.
I'm just kind of worried if it'll turn into one of these, the most dangerous game scenarios where they get everyone on the island and they start hunting them for sport.
Oh, Battle Royale!
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's not like the worst outcome for that part of America. So that would be
This is like Escape from Hawaii 2 will be the next John Carpenter movie.
You guys, well, I assume most, if not all of you, have been to Maine. That place can be bleak.
In wintertime, man,
They could make a really shitty knockoff of Hawaii 5-0 there.
They could.
6-acre island, though. That's not a lot of locations for shots, establishing shots. They're going to pan on the same 5 trees, or what?
Like, they might not even have like a moose there to like focus on.
Oh.
How many Stephen King movies were filmed in Maine?
Yeah.
Oh.
He doesn't film them in Maine. He films in Nova Scotia because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks just like Maine, so
Yeah. So I think the Cards Against Humanity folks are amazing, and I celebrate everything they do, because everything they do is legitimately disruptive, unlike things like Uber and stuff, which is just like a corporate way to be disruptive.
Yeah.
And I scribble a note that they're like the Pope Francis of idiotic party games, because they just do not care. Like, they did their Black Friday promotion where if you bought something on Black Friday, they sent you a box of shit, and it was literally a box of shit. And they sold 30,000 boxes of shit.
Oh my god, I had read about that.
It was real shit.
Real shit. It was real.
So before we end this segment on this, I do have to say the Cards Against Humanity. This is what I just randomly picked. So the question was, for my next trick, I will pull blank out of blank. I will pull pedophiles out of a bitch slap.
Sweet.
There we go.
You see where Lance Armstrong was playing Cards Against Humanity, and the subject came up about him. It was pretty funny.
Oh, it's a great game. We had a blast where we were playing that at Dan's house the other night there. So hey, you never know. We might. Man, we're gonna have to do a round on the Hangout sometime.
I think we should do a Cards Against Humanity round on the Hangout.
Yeah, we should do that. Let's get to some comments, and then we'll do the Wayback Machine bit, and check everybody, refresh their screen, see if they got anything there. Krista, got anything on the Twitter?
Yeah, at Husker Mold said, "Who was the cast for the Play-Doh cock device?" Which is a pretty filthy comment, but I'm done. I can read it. Thanks, Aaron. That was filthy.
Lee, anything on the Avoiding Chores website?
Nope, nothing new.
Nothing new. Bluefin must have went to bed. Dan, what we got on the YouTube?
Another one from Wingman 115. We played that on New Year's Eve. Clearly an adult game. We had a
Oh my
ton of
God,
laughs.
yes.
That sounds awesome, though.
And that's what we waited till the kids were in bed and then we broke it up.
It's so wrong. It's right. Like
Yeah.
that's the only way I can explain.
Yeah.
But like I was saying to Jim before we started tonight, like that's something that we want to get a selective group of people together for because we know
It's easy to offend people.
We know some very easily offended people, and I do not want to have to censor myself when I'm playing Cards Against Humanity.
Nope.
All right, let's move on to the next topic. And before we do that, just a reminder for everybody who's watching, the replay is going to start once we're done. And we also have a podcast version, which I listened to earlier in the week, and I was texting or chatting with Krista there about some of the stuff she said during the hangout, which was hilarious. You're going to have to listen to it. It's good. Sorry, excuse me. It's great.
Also, Jim.
Yes.
To go back to something that Carrie was inquiring about, and I'm going to have to go into my comic book guy voice. The question about the number of books or movies that were about Maine, involving Castle Rock, Maine, the total being 24. 24. A collection of his movies or short stories that have been made into filmish things have Castle Rock in it is 24.
Okay, so I haven't been to Maine in a few years, but I cannot believe it's that interesting.
Oh, this is interesting. It's a nice spot. I like going down to Maine, seeing some of the family.
But how many like weird show murder horror things can happen there? I mean, it strains credibility.
Well, here's the thing with Maine. I like Maine for a couple of reasons. It reminds me. Well, one, half of my family's down in Maine, so that's one thing. But Maine and Nova Scotia, very close in terms of.
May not be a good thing.
Well, see, that's why it's interesting because they shared the similar industries, woods and fishing,
and high taxes.
High taxes.
They do have high taxes.
They have the same love for flannel and rubber boots.
Well, I do like Yellow Bean. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Yellow Bean, and like the Boston Red Sox. So that's because it's the same kind of metro area.
I have literally no opinion about baseball.
Apparently, there's a Brotherhood of Bo Sox Association down in the valley. Apparently.
Oh no, there's one all around Nova Scotia. They're very vigilant.
Yes. So anyway, because I listened to one of the podcasts, Main Things Considered. I listened to that a lot. I listened to the news, and it is very similar. It's
Why do you go down stopping in Banga Brewa?
I stop at Paul's in Bangor.
Banga.
Hey, let's do. This is a good segue to our Wayback machine bit. This is where we choose a random year and reminisce about the past.
Yeah.
2004. 2004.
Nipplegate.
Yes.
I think we need to
Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake Super Bowl.
But this is how the phrase wardrobe malfunction came to exist because Justin Timberlake ripped off Janet Jackson's most of what she was wearing, and to this day, it spawned these wardrobe malfunctions, many of which are largely intentional, as it probably was in this case.
I was going outside to get the newspaper. I was going outside to get the newspaper. I mean, come on. It's an accident.
You don't even see her nipple. You just see the thing that she has, like, pierced in it. It's nothing.
Wasn't that big star pasty or something she had on?
Yeah. No, it was a piercing. It went through. You can't see
Oh.
this, but I'm pointing at my own. Not helpful. No, it was the thing that infuriates me to this day is that Janet Jackson got all the heat from that, and Justin Timberlake just kind of like slinked off and went like, ooh, like whatever.
It wasn't her nipple, bro.
Well, no, it wasn't. It was just the piercing through it, which is like a lot freakier, but no one really focuses on that.
Probably because she didn't have breast implants. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, a natural boob on TV."
Janet Jackson remains the shit, and Justin Timberlake can go bleep a bleep.
Actually, I
Fall
like
off a
him.
bike?
I like him on Saturday Night Live.
He can go
I
fall
have
off
to
a
admit.
bike.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does.
right on the
Yeah,
bike.
that's pretty good.
You
Hey,
know what? That girl is getting his check now from Apple because he and Jimmy Fallon are doing these ads, and they are ridiculous. They aren't even entertaining. They're just like those guys trying to do Saturday Night Live in an Apple ad, in like the sanitized Apple environment that shows up 30 seconds at a time on your television.
hey, some other stuff that happened in 2004. This is talk about quotes.
A bleak year, it looks like. Looking
Well,
at the
you
stuff
know,
on.
Paris Hilton coined the "That's hot" quote back in 2004.
I do not physically think that I have enough air in my body to sigh loud enough in regards to Paris fucking Hilton.
But you know what? Paris Hilton is like herpes. She never goes away.
Well, no. What a waste of energy. Oh, my God.
And she's about as attractive as herpes as well.
That's right. And she is well known for in that world.
By the way, you talking about her actually gives her power. So stop
know.
it.
Magical.
I deny her. I deny her power.
Hey, old dirty bastard died of cocaine and painkiller overdose. Is that true?
Oh, that's so
Did that
sad.
happen?
Mhm.
Old dirty
Because
bastard.
he was mentally ill.
ODB.
He had a lot of stuff going on. I will say though, I watched the Wu-Tang reunion on the Daily Show here a few months back, and it was very sad that he wasn't there, even though he was kind of like in a weird place.
I like Wu-Tang.
By the end.
I share their affinity for bad martial arts films.
2004, Ashley Simpson on Saturday Night Live lip syncing and doing that funny dance.
You know what?
Yeah,
Ashley
where is
Simpson,
she now?
She landed on a cloud of money because she married Diana Ross's son, and she is knocked up with Diana Ross's son's child.
Oh yeah, there
She's
you
gonna get her check. She's gonna be fine.
Facebook launched in 2004.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
The Haiti hurricane or disaster in Haiti happened.
Oh really?
Yep, and also the Washington sniper too. The
yeah.
DC sniper.
Oh really?
So fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, what, the Malvo and Muhammad or whatever, yeah.
Because one of them get executed, like the older guy.
I think
or-
the older
The older guy did, yeah.
Yeah.
Martha Stewart went to jail.
Really?
If you want to read an interesting, so the Orange Is the New Black is based on a memoir of the actual person who went to jail for these, and she was in jail while Martha Stewart was sentenced for her time, and how in the prison system at the time there was all this kind of churn about where Martha Stewart was going to end up, and because the prison that Piper actually went to is in Connecticut. The natural assumption that she was going to end up there. So there's a fair amount in the book about like, oh, what if Martha ends up in our prison? But she didn't.
Yeah, she got the celebrity prison.
Yeah, I like. Well, the Litchfield. Well, the prison that Litchfield is based on is also a celebrity prison. It's like a high quality offender.
Ken Jennings wins the $2.5 million in Jeopardy.
Can you figure that guy out? That guy, like, I don't get his deal. Like, he's kind of funny on Twitter, but he's also like kind of a hardcore Mormon. So I don't know, like, it's weird.
The Daily Show, Jon Stewart presents America, the book.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I have this as an audiobook. It is hilarious.
I love him. I love him intensely.
No, it should. People should look that up there on Audible and stuff. It was his book called America.
Yeah.
And
The Daily Show writers and presenters also do a podcast now without him, but it's also incredibly interesting about how they put a show together.
We can talk about that during the podcast moment.
You're right.
Did you see this on 2004, April 1st? Google introduces Gmail. The launch is met with skepticism on account of the launch date.
Oh, Google. Google got the last laugh.
Yeah.
the South Beach Diet Cookbook. was a big thing in 2004.
Bullshit.
We have our copy in the pantry here somewhere with all the rest of the
Holding on the
cookbooks.
table, keeping it steady, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Lee,
And
here's
a
one for
handful of
you.
almonds and no carbohydrates. That's a South Beach diet. There you go.
Hey, Leah, in 2004, InBev was formed.
Oh, goody!
Yeah, they get lots of our money, don't they?
And the world of beer has been the better ever since.
10 years ago.
The big movie in 2004 was Shrek 2 and Spider-Man
What?
2.
There was other movies.
How many McGuire's?
Yeah.
There was like Mean Girls, Team America, World Police. There was
Fuck yeah.
The Incredibles, Napoleon Dynamite.
The Incredibles is like one of
Holy
my
shit.
favorite movies of all time. The Incredibles is such an incredible movie. It's
I think Anchorman came out that year too.
really good.
I thought Napoleon Dynamite was older than that. That's kind of amazing to me.
Clint Eastwood's $1 Million Baby was that
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead, that was 2004.
Yeah!
Wasn't
I can't tell you how much I love Shaun of the Dead.
Love Shaun of the Dead.
I love Shaun of the Dead.
And Hot Fuzz.
Oh my God.
Hot
Yeah.
World's
And
End
it's
is
funny
also
because
good.
I usually, every Christmas, I usually watch Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, and I haven't done it this year. I may do that this weekend. Thank you very much for mentioning that.
That was a really good idea. Thanks, Lee, because I might also watch the one where they go on the pub crawl as well.
Yes.
Yeah, World's End is awesome.
World's
Yeah.
End, yeah.
I love everybody in it. I love everybody associated with it.
I have an abnormal admiration for Nick Frost. I will tell you that right now. I watched Cuban Fury, and I just giggled the whole time. I just love Nick Frost.
Didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Didn't see it.
It has
Lee,
my
you-
British
you-
boyfriend
you had
Mark
another
Friedman
one?
in it, so it's all good.
I think there was also some shitty movies that year.
I'm pretty sure there were.
There was Van Helsing and
Van Helsing came out in 2004?
That was
Yeah.
bad.
Oh my
And,
god, I feel like that came out in the 90s.
Oh, and Alexander with Colin Farrell, which
Oh,
was like,
God, that was weird. Angelina
was-
Jolie played his mother?
yeah.
But you know what? I was on board with Colin Farrell as Alexander because he was really hot in 2004, and it was all good.
Well, I'll say this: he swung both ways in that movie, so
He
you
sure
know
did.
that was
I forgot.
LGBT positive or
Pretty-
whatever.
pretty
But,
hot.
I forgot Passion of the Christ came out in 2004 until you
oh
guys
yeah, you
mentioned
get to see Jesus whipped to death for an hour or something.
Yeah,
like that, wasn't it?
yeah,
You
it
know
was
what?
a very
Yeah, you get to see
uncomfortable
Mel
movie.
Gibson's version of Jesus whipped it up. No thanks.
Yeah.
Hard pass. Hardest of passes.
A good movie. Well, I thought it was a pretty good movie. Hellboy.
Yeah, Hellboy's
Yeah.
awesome. Love Hellboy.
Yeah.
Kill Bill Volume 2 was also out that year, I believe.
Kill Bill was awesome. Kill Bill.
Prisoner of Azkaban for the Harry Potter fans.
Yeah.
Eh.
The last Blade movie, Trinity, was
Oh,
out.
that sucked.
That was
that's-
bad.
I was so
Wesley
disappointed
Snipes
in
got to
that
pay
one.
his taxes. He's got taxes to pay, girl.
You guys couldn't be as more disappointed than Chronicles of Riddick, also out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't too
Was
good.
that a comic book movie?
No.
No.
Chronicles of Riddick? No, that was the Vin Diesel
Based off of
The big budget one there.
sequel to Pitch Black.
Pitch Black, that's it, yeah.
I can
No.
honestly say I've never seen any of those. No.
Pitch Black is
the-
good.
2004 was also dismal for a couple of reasons because Christopher Reeve died and Jerry Orbach died, who is my favorite.
He was the reason I watched Law and Order.
Lay in order.
I'm still
Lord.
back on the phallic thing. What?
I'm gonna delight you because we can actually go to a place in New York. Let me go to New York at the end of January, and we can go see a street that has been renamed after Jerry Orbach.
Okay, I want to go there.
You just like him for Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, yeah.
I like Jerry Orbach for a lot of reasons. He was also in Dirty Dancing. He played the father.
Yeah,
He
the
was in
father.
a remarkable,
Baby in a
like,
corner.
he removed
The
him
did.
from
The
corner.
father didn't know
He supported
what was going on with his
No, he was on board with it eventually.
Yeah.
Once he learned the real truth.
Let's do one last check on comments here, and then we'll start to wind down for you.
Aaron says we're not swearing enough. He's going
What?
to start watching McLaughlin Group reruns.
Oh, Jesus, Aaron.
Buckaroo.
That's rude. We're going to do Saturday Night Live. We're going to do the Saturday Night Live version of the McLaughlin Group.
Yep.
One last check on comments here, Lee, on the voting shows. We have any last comments from Mike? Or
Yeah, he says, as usual, gang, excellent show again tonight. Very entertaining. I'll watch again next week. Take care. Have a good one.
See you, Mike.
Okay, see you, Mike.
Take care out there.
Anything on Twitter, Krista, that you wanted to highlight?
No, just Aaron telling us we're not swearing enough.
Oh.
That's
Break you,
bullshit.
Aaron.
Bleep that, Aaron. Bleep that shiz.
Dan on the YouTube page. We got anything,
Fucking Wingman 115 fucking said. I had to sell my flannel when I joined the Navy and was stationed here in San Diego. So I have to ask you, Wingman 115, what's your trade in the Navy? Kind of interested in that one.
Yeah,
and that was it.
Is that a Navy to Navy question?
No, that's an Air Force to Navy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Or sorry, Chair Force. That's what the rest of them call it. They're jealous about the fact that we stay in hotels and they have to stay on the ship.
Oh, bad. Yeah.
That's a nice hat, Carrie.
I get paid now. Why?
Any other comments?
No, that's it for me. This is the last one there.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Wingman, for commenting, and Smoking 8 too, and who else commented? Oh, actually, they were the only.
We had Dunn there.
Oh yes, perfect.
Rick Dunn.
Nice to have that all spread out. Comments tonight on the different platforms there. So, what we're going to do now? Normally we would try to do the podcast review bit, so I didn't have it down there, but quickly there. Holidays.
Well, can we talk about Jay and cereal?
Well, let's do that. Cereal for everybody who wanted to get caught up on the Cereal podcast. Jay, the mysterious Jay that helped Adnan bury the girl and cleaned off the shovels and burnt his clothes and got a police deal and testified against the guy and didn't want to do the podcast. Gave his side of the story.
He had his chance, and then he went and found this rando reporter who just basically would say everything that he wanted her to say, verbatim, and went on a 3-article rant. She broke it into 3 separate articles, which is great for whatever random website that I had literally never heard of before this. Yeah. Whatever. But it's like, girl, if you want the attention, you should have taken it when you had the opportunity to do so through a fairly legitimate source. So now he's out talking shit about Sarah Koenig. He's talking shit about everyone as in terms of a J preservation initiative. Yeah. Whatever. Screw that guy.
It's he's messing up his own timeline, his own testimony.
Yeah.
I sent Lori a link earlier that shows all of the competing J timelines over. So there are 4 different timelines that this dude has tried to advance, and they are all
one works.
Contradictory and
all inconsistent.
They're nonsensical.
It's like, bitch, shut up. No one believes you anymore. You have no credibility.
No.
And all you're doing at this point is seemingly try to get attention. Now, apparently, some Reddit people are showing up at his house, and that's really fucking creepy, and they should stop doing that. They'll calm internet blanket declaration. Internet, calm down about everything, but don't go to people's houses. That is fucked up. Don't go to this guy's house. He has a family.
Yeah.
Don't go to my house either. It's a mess.
No, his couch doesn't have sides or backs or anything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's a very dangerous couch.
Yeah, and you fall in slow motion. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Hey, any other podcasts anybody wants to plug?
Actually, I do want to promote one, and this kind of goes back to The Daily Show. I really enjoy The Daily Show, and one of its members there, John Oliver, spinned off and had his own show, which is an amazing show. If anyone hasn't watched it yet, just watch Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
They have a very robust YouTube channel. It's amazing. They put everything on there.
Before he did that, he was actually doing a podcast with his friend Andy Saltzman, and the podcast is called The Bugle.
The Bugle.
It's a phenomenal podcast. It's based out of the UK, his homeland, And they, just like everything else he does, take a look at the current headlines and pick apart the small backstories along with the main stories. And it's comedy gold. It's well worth listening. They have like almost 300 episodes too, so they have quite a bit of the backlog if you want to go that far. But if you don't want to, jump in any time, and you'll have a great time with it. So the Bugle.
Yeah, I co-sign this with Dan because the Bugle it's really quite wonderful, and it's driven by Andy Salzman, who was his comedy partner back in the UK. And there's a lot of comedy at the expense of John's relative fame in the US now versus Andy's complete lack of fame in both the US and the UK.
and his love of cricket.
And his love of cricket, and that's a lot of fun as well. But I mean, at the same time, important cross promotion with Last Week Tonight, because they do basically put everything that's on the show, because it's on HBO, on their YouTube channel. And John Oliver is totally breaking the genre of satirical news, and in the best possible way. He's doing a stand-up show, and I'm going to be in New York. I'm hoping I can get tickets for it.
So jealous.
Jealous. It's the night that I arrive, though, so I haven't bought them because I don't know if I'm gonna actually arrive the day I'm supposed to arrive. So you just never know.
Mm.
But yeah, if he wasn't already married, I would lock my sights on that. Poor John Oliver didn't know what was coming for him, like some strapping Canadian girl.
You could go after Andy Zaltzman. I don't know if he's hooked.
Yeah, he's married, but I'm good on Andy Salzman.
Keith or Carrie, do you guys have any podcasts you want to plug or anything? Or?
I have one I'm going to plug again. It's Matt Mattingly's Ice Cream Social. It's a very inappropriate podcast that I absolutely love. And they did their holiday special here a couple weeks ago, and they actually gave me a shout out and sang a song about one of my very off-color comments.
Nice! Yeah, Ice Cream Social.
Ice Cream Social. Sounds like my kind of people.
Yes. Carrie, do you have any podcasts or anything you wanted to plug? It's something that you saw in the last week or so?
No.
Nope. All right.
No. I'm going to say that, no, I don't do podcasts. I might do them in the future, but in this Twitter thing, I'm just getting my head wrapped around that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just one of those things that, no, you know.
I hear you. No, I hear you.
Did we talk about anyone's trip into the water on Christmas Day? Oh, we talked about that last week. That's right.
After we'll do that.
What? What? I missed that.
The vines of a certain panel member's trip into the water on Christmas Day. But we got that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got that. Yeah, we covered that. Yeah. Lee, anything you wanted to highlight?
Yeah, I'll plug one of my good friends' podcasts. My friend Daniel Harper and his wife do if you're interested in Doctor Who, if you like Doctor Who, doesn't necessarily have to be the new series. It can be the old original classic Doctor Who. They have a podcast called Oi Spaceman, which is OI exclamation point Spaceman. And if you like a really in-depth sort of deconstruction of episodes, talking about story structure and writing and character motivations and things like that, then it might be for you if you're a Doctor Who fan. I find it quite interesting, even though I'm just sort of a casual Doctor Who fan myself. So
I love the idea of Peter Capaldi as Doctor Who. He's amazing, and if you like political humor, the thick of it is wonderful.
I just wish they'd allowed him to swear. That's all.
I know, because they swear so freely on British television.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Simon Pegg as an ex-Doctor Who. That's what I want.
Oh my God!
He was on Doctor Who though. He was on one of the new series of Doctor Who, and Nick Frost was Santa Claus in the Christmas special just recently.
I know. But I still would like to see him come back as one of the Doctors.
It'd be interesting.
Is it they're trying to hint that the next Doctor might be a woman?
Might be, yeah. That'd be interesting.
I want Idris Elba to be the next Doctor and the next James Bond at the same time. I want him to just destroy the internet.
Yeah, what's his name? Idris Elba is the next James Bond.
Yeah,
I'm very much looking forward to that.
Very on board with that. That's going to be all right.
Lori, any podcasts you want to highlight?
You know what? I am kind of sticking to some of the ones I've talked about before within Radiolab. I've actually just started going back to the beginning and trying to locate some of the older ones and working my way forward. And they've all been good. I haven't put a lot of time into it. The other one that I've been listening to is called Criminal. And there was one, Krista, that you were talking about, and I thought it was a British one, a BBC one, where they talk about different things around world events and that, and mostly Radiolab. I just enjoy 95% of the ones that they produce. Even the shorts, I like them all. Right now, I was just actually looking it up on my phone. The ones that I have been listening to, which was like Call Your Mom from from Criminal. One was Brown Box from Radiolab from January of 2014. So just a lot of them.
Excellent.
And Aaron Huskermold on Twitter is also adding the best show on WFMU is also back after a year of being dormant, I guess. Though I think a year ago the plan was to end the podcast, but now it's back.
And what's the name of that? Do we have a name or?
The best show on WFMU.
Oh, self-explanatory then.
Wow, all right, there you go. One thing I'll plug here is a Retro Report. That is a documentary video series. It's short, 7 to 10 minutes. I think they'll be going to podcast format very, very soon. But it is a very interesting Retro Report. If I go retroreport.org, and what was the last one here? They got here music videos, but they had a lot of news stories that they come back. Like, for example, the big one here, a dingo's got my, well, I can't do the accent, but a dingo's got my baby.
A dingo's got my baby.
Yeah, dingo, eat your baby, mate.
Now, there's the real story. Now, we know the joke, right? We know the joke, but we don't know necessarily the actual story.
The actual story is quite a bit shadier than the joke.
Yeah, there's speculation that it was, fabricated.
So they go back and they interview people and stuff like that. So you get that. You got...
Hashtag Serial Season 2.
They got SWAT. They did one on SWAT teams. They did one on DNA, the 3 Mile Island. They do a little bit of the sports in terms of draft picks, which was kind of interesting. The Super Predator scare, Terry Schiavo legacy. They did. The J. Edgar Hoover's Secret Files and the Break-In and the XL Valdez. So it's really, really cool stuff. Definitely recommend it. And it's video format, so just stream it through, and they'll eventually get a podcast out there format for that. So. Or
are they on YouTube? Are they?
No, it's all from their site. I think they host it on Vimeo.
Oh, because if it's like, I don't know about the other services, but if it's YouTube, there's like 1,000,001 little services out there you can find on Google that immediately turn a video to an MP3 to just rip the audio from it, and you can download it and put it on your player or whatever you're going to do, right?
So hopefully, we'll see what they do. Now, I know this is a New York Times kind of production there, so I don't know how they want to monetize that kind of stuff there. So we got Carrie coming back. Carrie, you got one last thing you want to plug?
Yeah. I got this
an empty bottle
of Sea Fever rum. I'm telling you, these guys are from Guysborough, Nova Scotia. And they make this mixed rum. The coffee maple rum was good, but this one here, the amber,
yeah,
perfect.
Last one to get.
Wait, didn't Kerry just down like 2 8% beers? Now he's down
Yeah.
a bottle of
Yeah,
rum.
down
Is
to
that
some
what-
rum. It's just warming
Damn,
up.
Carrie.
Don't fucking
Happening
question
to
what
like a punch to the
fucking
lip.
Kerry
You're
drink.
from Cape Breton. You're owning your Cape Breton.
There we go. All right. Now, Kerry, would you recommend the amber straight or mixed?
I would recommend it on ice.
Okay, on ice. All right. With that, that's a good way to end the hangout for another week here.
Actually, just quickly, for those who don't know, Canada is leading Denmark 7-0 in the third period.
Screw those guys!
Ah!
Go Canada.
Yeah.
We're talking about the World
Eat a bleep,
Junior.
Daniel.
Yeah, World Juniors, yeah.
World Juniors.
Unfortunately, Denmark has
You're-
never won against Canada, ever.
Leave your ample meatballs behind. Go back.
They're
I
ample
want
meatballs.
a smorgasbord. I want some meatballs. Y'all can go home. Just
Yeah,
leave
but-
the food.
Was that supposed to be an IKEA joke? With the
It was a
meatballs?
Scandinavian slam. It was
Oh,
very,
okay.
very
No, I was
nice.
just gonna say no. It's just,
Terrible.
Hey, that's my porn name, Scandinavian Slam.
I've been to a couple of really rockin' smorgasbord-based Christmas parties in recent years.
Okay.
Are we just about done here? Because I have some Play-Doh I have to go warm up.
Fuzzy Pumper.
That is so
All right.
wrong.
That is a perfect way
That
to end
is
it.
wrong.
Perfect way
Wrong.
to
Oh,
end.
it's all right. If you get it warm enough.
All right.
He has to play with the dough.
That is a perfect way to end the hangout for tonight, kids. Thank you, everybody, for watching. The replay will be up in 10-15 minutes. We'll have the audio-only podcast up over the weekend. Thanking the panel. This was a great hangout. Love it. Thanks for everybody watching. We'll do this again next week.
Happy
Bye-bye,
2015.
Happy 2015, everybody.
Right.
Happy 2015. Keith Elliott's very